So we're caught up in drama. Everybody's talking, everybody's talking. We're caught up in problem. Everybody's talking, everybody's talking.
Controlling men see no problem with their abusive behavior.
You can't go nowhere, you can't see your mama, you can't talk on the phone, you can't do nothing.
Can she answer the telephone?
No.
Can she answer the door if anyone comes to the door?
If I tell you what to do, if you don't do it, then that's your bad.
Today, their mates are here to say they have had enough.
I feel like I'm a person.
He calls himself King JB.
She's got King JB's ass tattooed above her.
He claims women were put on this earth to serve men.
I can do things that you can't do. Not even you, Trish.
And he's teaching this attitude to his son.
I agree with the rule that they should be at home cooking dinner and cleaning.
But wife Chrissy says the disrespect has to stop.
I'm not gonna take being called a bitch anymore.
You cooked a dinner he didn't like.
He threw it on the floor and said, you know what, you can on your hands and leave and you eat it.
Robbie is terrified of boyfriend Chris. Has he ever hit you?
Oh yes, he kicked me in my face a couple of times.
Our hidden cameras capture shocking behavior. Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. You believe in God?
You're looking at him.
It happens today on Trisha. Is named John, but he demands to be called King JB. Now, King JB claims women are beneath men and were put on this earth to serve them. Now, our king has a queen, his wife Chrissy, and they are also raising 3 kids together. King JB says if Chrissy doesn't obey all his rules, she will be disciplined. So why King JB? How come you call yourself King JB?
I mean, because I pay the cost to be the boss. I mean, it's not just about that. I mean, it's what other people call me. It's a rank. It's what I've earned, for the last 15 years. And I think it's just a title I've earned.
Okay, so tell me about your belief in women not being equal to men.
Well, here's the thing. I know a lot of women out there, they think they're equal, but when you want the heavy couch move or you hear something creeping in the night, who do you come to? You come to me and say, hey, go check that out. So, I mean, there's some equality, but at the end of the day, I do things that you can't do. You don't do things that I can't do, not even you, Trish.
And what qualifies you to be a god, then?
My laws are the commandments of this. And
you have commandments?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you tell me what the commandments are in your home when it comes to Chrissy? What are the commandments?
I mean, the commandments, there's the basics. I mean, you're going to cook, you're going to clean, you're going to do laundry. And, I'm not hypocritical. It's not that I won't do these things.
Yeah.
It's just that's her day-to-day routine.
Yeah.
Now, there are other things. You got to check in with me. You got to let me know when you're going, when you're leaving. I mean, I'll show you that same...
What about sex? When you say so?
I mean, I don't really care about that. When it comes to sex, that's something I withhold from her if she doesn't act right. I mean, because that's just the way it's got to be.
That's one of the punishments if she doesn't follow the command.
That's the main one.
Withholding sex, any other punishments?
I mean, that's the main punishment, because I know that she demands intimacy. That's what she wants. That's her main thing.
Yeah.
And with me, I value myself. I value my penis, so to speak. So the bottom line is, I look at it like this. You don't act right, I'm not going to give you what you want. You're going to sleep alone, cry about that deal.
And how long might you withhold sex? A day or 2?
Yeah, I mean, as long as needed to get her back to acting.
Weeks?
I mean, I was with her for months.
I want to ask you about this tattoo that Chrissy has.
Right.
Tell me about this tattoo.
I mean, she's got King JB's ass tattooed above her with an arrow pointing down. And this ain't something, listen, I don't make anybody do what they do not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just convince you to want what I want. The tattoo is something she wanted to get.
Right.
She wanted to make the king happy. And
does it make you happy?
I approve.
Now, we went through some of the tasks, the commandments,
Sure.
I'm sorry, that she has. She must cook, clean, what else?
I mean, she's got to check in. She got to show respect.
Sure.
I mean, here's the thing.
Can she answer the door if anyone comes to the door?
No, because here's the thing. It's my job to protect my household.
Right.
So, I mean, that person at that door could be a rapist, could be a serial killer.
Could be the mailman.
Could be. But it also could be something bad. It's my job to protect.
Okay. Can she answer the telephone when it rings?
No, it's my job. It's my job to handle the business. I mean, listen, her friends, her family, here's the thing. They're going to call. And,
Do you approve of her friends?
Not all. And I need to approve before they call the phone that I pay for or knock at the door that I pay for, period.
Can she go out with her girlfriends?
No,
Yeah.
we are not kids. We are grown.
Yeah.
We have kids to take care of. Well, you think you ain't out at the club on a Wednesday night? We have kids to put to bed and go to school the next day.
Yeah.
Period. So there is no going out. There is no hanging out. There is no karaoke's. You going karaoke? Turn on the Xbox. I bought you a game. Sit down and play.
Okay. Now, so she does all this for you. What do you do for her?
I take care of her. Well, you know, look at her before me and after me.
She's a better woman?
Yeah.
A better parent?
Without a shadow of a doubt, she's a better parent. I mean, before me and after me, there's a structure, there's a guidance, there's a routine that she follows, that she must follow.
Hang on, routine.
to progress.
So is this hour by hour? You kind of have a timetable?
Man, I got a whole list from 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. the next day, and the bottom line of it is, it's
Take me through it. Take me through it. 6 a.m. Okay.
All right, 6 a.m. It's time to get up. It's time to get the kids ready. Time to brush their teeth. Time to, get ready.
Okay, 9
9 a.m. is for business calls. You know what I'm saying?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. is any type of school work or business you must conduct throughout that day.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. you're still conducting that business.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. dinner. Well, let's go back to 5 p.m. when you're cooking dinner.
Oh,
and then 6 p.m. we have dinner. There's going to be a family meeting because
On the dot.
on the dot. Better not be 6:01, 5:57, 6:03. Bottom line, 6 p.m. on the dot. Then we're going to have a family meeting. So I can instruct you what your next day is going to be like. Period.
You don't sound like you trust women. How come?
Well, because everything about them is a walking lies from your head. Listen, I'm going to explain that. All right, you wear that makeup. Your face don't really look like that. You wear little bras that push your up. They don't look like that. You got high heels, you know what I'm saying? You're not that tall. You know what I'm saying? The point of, you got hair weaves. You don't have that hair. Quit lying.
What about you kids? You teach them this stuff as well?
Look, they're eventually going to reach the age where they start dating.
Right, yeah.
And I do not. The last thing I want is for them to drop out of high school, miss college because some hoe and a kid that they couldn't control themselves. You understand? So it's a matter of wanting them to progress.
Have you heard the term chauvinist pig?
Absolutely. But
Are you a chauvinist?
yes, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Men themselves, they went through some issues over the years in which they... And the truth of it is they let the woman run their entire household.
What do you think of those guys who have equal rights, who believe in equal rights in the home?
I believe and the reasons why. In the home, every home needs a leadership, a head coach.
Okay, we're going to let the subordinate women and the in the audience take a break.
Yes.
We'll meet Chrissy, who is desperate to end King JB's controlling ways. We'll also show you a shocking interview with his 10-year-old stepson, Daniel. We'll be back after this. Next. Chrissy has had enough of JB's disrespect.
I'm not going to take being called a bitch anymore. If I'm your queen, I am none of those things.
Then you cooked a dinner he didn't like.
You threw it on the floor and you say, you know what, you can on your hands and you think we'll eat it.
Has he ever hit you?
Oh yes, he kicked me in my face a couple of times.
Robbie's abuser is here, and he has no remorse. 569-1911 number. Is your daughter in an abusive and controlling relationship and you're desperate to break them up? If so, call the Trisha Show at 1-855-4-TRISHA. That's 1-855-487-4742. Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha. Talking to the self-proclaimed King JB, who believes women are beneath men. We were put on this earth to serve them. Now that includes his wife Chrissy. Before we meet her, let's see what she has to say.
You know, the way I feel about JB's controlling ways is, you know, I think they're positive and negative. It's positive for me in some aspects because I am structured, I have a routine I go by, and it's helpful and it's efficient as far as getting things done. What I don't like about JB's controlling ways is when he's name calling. When he's calling me bitch, retard, stupid, especially the ones where he's insulting my intelligence. Sometimes, you know, I feel like I try my best to do what it is he wants me to do, and sometimes I just feel like it's not good enough. The tattoo on my back is a tattoo that says King JB's ass. It was done right after we were married, but when I saw that arrow, and the way that the arrow was shaped like a penis, you know, like I hate it. I don't want to feel like a possession. I want to feel like his partner in life. I believe that he will listen to some of the things Trisha may have to say. And I do believe he's smart enough to take in the information to change.
Please welcome Chrissy to the show. We saw a picture of your wedding. What were you dressed as?
We were dressed as king and queen.
Yeah.
It was actually amazing. It was a beautiful wedding. It was a lot of fun.
Is he your king?
He is my king. In a lot of ways, he is.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, I believe he is a king. He's very positive and influential in the way that he structures things as far as the way our daily day routine. It's not bad.
But
the kid,
there's a but.
But
you can tell him this.
I'm not gonna take being called stupid. I'm not gonna take being called a retard. I'm not gonna be being called a bitch anymore. Because you know why? I'm not. If I'm your queen, I am none of those things. I am intelligent, smart, and I am your partner. And we can do this together. It's about me helping you.
JB, you call her names?
Yeah, sometimes when yeah,
why?
We have problems. All right, here's the thing. I mean, if you acting retarded, you're gonna get called retarded. If you acting like a bitch, you're gonna get called a bitch. Here's the thing, okay?
I don't like that term retarded. I don't like that term retarded.
But here's the thing, sometimes people earn certain titles and that's just what it is.
Wait,
Hold on. Don't do that. All right, now it's like, I mean, don't interrupt me. The king is talking. You know, it's time to sit back and get biblical with this. Yeah, when it comes down to it.
You believe in God?
You're looking at him.
Okay, what about the influence on your son?
Some of the things that I don't agree with is like, you know, women should be cooking and cleaning and that kind of thing.
Well, JB says that to the
Right, like what a woman's role is. He tries to explain what a woman's role is.
I know your little boy, we're talking about the next generation, your son looks up to you like a god, literally like a god. Last night, our executive producer sat down for a revealing, somewhat shocking interview. Have a look at this.
What does King JB teach you about women?
He teaches me more of the role and what their role is supposed to be. I agree with the role that they should be at home, cooking dinner and cleaning.
What if your mom wanted to go get a job and get a career and do something for herself?
If they want to get a job, if they want to get a job online or something, as long as they stay home and still do their job at home, that's okay.
Do you believe in God?
No.
You told our producer, JB is God.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The self-proclaimed God, the creator, said he would give us shelter and food. He hasn't done that. There's still a lot of homeless people and starving people. He gives me shelter and food. Therefore, he is God.
You think that the women in America should be more like the women in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, they should. shouldn't be as yelling and loud. They shouldn't be running around prostituting themselves.
But why do you pick Saudi Arabia? Why are they?
Because in particular in that country, that's how it is. The women are loving, they clean the house, they get executed for hoeing, and that's good moral.
You were actually applauding?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So why don't you go live in Saudi Arabia?
Because I look, okay. Here's the answer. This does not mean that I do not respect a few women. Listen.
They do in the Middle East. I have lived in the Middle East. They respect women,
right,
albeit in a different way. What I'm saying is, why don't you go and live in an Islamic country?
Because obviously things are better here. Why would I go do that? I mean,
how do you know things are better? They have more money, they have oil.
Because I'm not an idiot, I do read. And then, I mean, the truth of it is, the bottom line of it is, that, come on, I'm in America, I'm not leaving. And so the point of it is, what he is saying, and I wholeheartedly agree with this, is that the values are different. Women understand. Walk on the other side, cover your face up, quit putting your ass all out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
And you feel good hearing your son talk like that?
Well, no, of course not.
Has he brainwashed you?
No.
Man who made you follow orders?
My father.
So this isn't an abusive relationship.
No, he's not physically
No,
abusive.
he's not abusive. This is a codependent relationship. That explains a lot. We'll be right back after this. Coming up. Are you scared of him? Robbie is terrified of boyfriend Chris. Has he ever hit you?
Oh, yes. He kicked me in my face a couple of times.
Our hidden cameras capture shocking behavior. And later, a survivor of brutal abuse. She does everything she can to save others from her fate.
Sweetheart, you better get out of there. You get out of there as fast as your feet can take you.
Does your husband control and abuse you, and you're desperate for him to stop? If so, call the Trisha Show at 1-855-4-TRISHA. That's 1-855-487-4742.
561-1111.
These teen moms are nightmare parents.
Do you feel like you're out of control?
No, I think I'm a teenager.
And their families are desperate for help.
James Hardoa.
Your problems then double. Next Trisha. Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha. Okay, please welcome Robbie. Now, Robbie has been dating this man, Chris, for 4 years, and they have a 4-year-old daughter together. Robbie has come here today because she is being mentally and physically tortured by Chris. Now, one time, Chris didn't like the dinner Robbie cooked for him. So much so, he threw it on the floor, he spit in it, and made her get on her hands and knees and eat it. Yeah. So what kind of man acts like this? Well, take a look at this tape.
My name is Chris. When my girlfriend Robbie doesn't do what I say, she gets disciplined. My definition of discipline is cooking, cleaning, sex when I want it, wash my clothes, make sure my daughter clean, everything I think a woman should do for a man. Call Robbie a fat bitch, a bald-head bitch, a stinking bitch, a hoe, a whore. I call her whatever I feel like that's what she is at that time. I call Robbie fat because all she wants to do is sit on the couch all day, eat snacks, and watch TV. She don't like to run, walk, jog, nothing. I like Robbie to dress with dresses down to her ankles. I don't want her to show no cleavage, not wear no short shorts or her ass to hang out, none of that, because I'm not going for it. I like Robbie to call me daddy, big daddy, and sweet Willie. If more men discipline their women, they won't be so damn disrespectful.
I was just mentioning that one time you cooked a dinner he didn't like. He threw the lasagna on the floor, he spit in it.
He threw it on the floor and he said, you know what, you get on your hands and knees and you eat it. And I'm like, are you serious? And I couldn't believe it at first. And I I just got on the floor and I ate it.
Has he ever been physically abusive to you? Has he ever hit you?
Yes, we all was kicking it with our friends one day, and his friend actually, we was having a conversation, and he told me a joke or whatever, and I laughed. He got mad and he said, "Oh, you want my friend? You want my friend? All right, I'm gonna make you want him." And he started beating me, and he kicked me in my face a couple of times.
What? Was that the only time? Or?
It's been a couple of times he done smacked me if I didn't do what he was supposed to do.
What are the rules? What are the rules?
Cook clean for my daughter. When he gets up, make sure he's fed, his clothes is ironed, clothes washed.
Can I ask what happens if you don't follow the rules?
He goes off with me. You fat, you dumb, you dirty, you a bum. You don't know what, you don't do nothing I tell you to do. It's very hard.
Does he do this in front of your daughter?
Yes, it's been a couple of times that he done did it in front of her, and she'd come pat me on my back like, "Chris won't do that no more. He won't do it." I mean, it's okay. It's all right.
And sex, he demands sex when and where and
3-4 times a day. If I say no, whenever he wants it, I can be washing the dishes. If I'm washing the dishes, he wants that. If he wants some sex, I gotta stop doing the dishes and go do what he wants to do.
On a scale of 1 to 10, as far as happiness is concerned, 1 being feeling lower than low, and 10 being really, really happy about the state of your relationship and your life in general, where are you? Are you at a 1 or 10 or
a 2?
How do you feel inside when you're down on your hands and knees having to eat food off the floor? How are you feeling inside?
I don't even feel like I'm a person. I think somebody want me to do something like that. I feel like I'm this dog. He tell me whenever you want me to come and go, I just do it.
Are you scared of him? Are you scared of him? You're scared of him? JB, it sounds like her man is doing a better job of controlling her than even you could. So you must be looking up, this is the new king.
Like that.
You don't agree with her?
I slip off and I talk crazy like everybody else, but we talking about, look, this is the woman I do sleep with. I kiss this woman. I don't want her mouth on the floor.
Robbie, what do you want to say? What do you wish that Chris would hear?
I wish he could treat me like the woman that I am, and I am his child, and he should be having way more respect for me than he does. Oh, she don't like him. She tells me every day, "Robbie, you can do better than this. You are pretty. You can do way better than that. You don't need that." She don't like that.
Okay, when we come back, we will meet Chris, and we'll also talk to Robbie's sister, Tasha, who has come here to put an end to this abuse. We'll be right back. Up next, our hidden cameras capture shocking behavior. And Robbie's sister is here to help her face her abuser.
I'm tired of him putting his hands on my sister. I'm tired of hearing my sister cry.
And later, will a hard look at his daughter's future make Chris change his ways? Have a look at this. Looking for some excitement in your life? Well, I've got a ticket just for you. Come see The Trisha Show live in Stamford, Connecticut. For free tickets, call 203-905-6555 or go to thetrishashow.com. Closed captioning provided by... Are you a man who feels it's your right to control your wife or girlfriend? If so, call The Trisha Show at 1-855-4-TRISHA. That's 1-855-487-4742. Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha. Okay, we've been talking to Robbie. Now, Robbie's come here desperate to put an end to her boyfriend Chris's controlling, abusive ways. We've heard how he's made her eat food off the floor, food she prepared, because he didn't agree with the way she prepared with it. He's put his hands on you. He has rules of what you can and can't do. Mm-hmm. And you told me on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest of the low in mood, 10 being really happy, you'd put yourself at a 2, which is pretty low. So, There are always two sides to every story. So let's meet Chris. Come on out, Chris. Chris, have a seat. Come sit here.
You said what?
I'd like to talk to you. What are the rules? What are the rules that you have for Robbie?
The rules I have for Robbie is you can't go nowhere, you can't see your mama, you can't talk on the phone, you can't do nothing. If I tell you what to do, if you don't do it, then that's your ass. Period.
If you want sex, she's going to drop whatever she does.
Yeah, if I want her right then and there, she got to stop whatever she's doing and give me what I want.
And how does she need to address you?
She need to address me as sweet Billy Daddy or Big Daddy.
What?
Period. Who you here with?
Who are you talking to? Let me just go. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yes.
From my understanding, both of you have daughters, right?
Yeah.
And my concern was the first gentleman that said he raises his daughter to be submissive. And now I'm understanding that father protects his daughter, but here you are teaching your daughter to accept a man to treat your daughter like that. That seems really backwards to me, because you're a protector of your child.
I think you caught that the wrong way.
Well, you said submissive.
Let me clarify. Hold on. Let me clarify. Being submissive does not mean being abused. Being submissive, all right, look, I want her to let the man lead if he's qualified, but I'm not telling her, hey, you know what I'm saying, let him run you.
Can I just ask you, how would you feel if, when your daughter grew up, she had a partner like Chris?
I mean, he'd be a dead body. No offense to this man, but yeah, if he put his hands on my daughter, I'm shooting at it.
But maybe you are raising her in such a way that means she will end up with a man. Why treat her like that? Would she love you any less if you were respectful of her?
I gotta lay down rules. If I ain't got no rules, I ain't got no structure, then she gonna be out of control. So I gotta have rules and structure to keep her in line.
Now, does Tasha, this is Robbie's sister, Robbie lives with Tasha. Does Tasha follow those rules? What do you think of her?
Tasha ain't got no man, so I don't know what Tasha do.
Well, Robbie's sister Tasha is here, and she has a few things that she wants to get off her chest. Yeah! Tasha, come on out!
Towards you. Him been violent towards me, but him and my sister got into altercation. They was fighting and I jumped in. And I'm tired of him putting his hands on my sister. I'm tired of hearing my sister cry. I'm tired of hearing her scream, and my niece watching this stuff. So, whose house is it? Mine. This is my house.
But he's out working.
No, not.
He's not working.
No, I'm just doing what I
So who pays the bill?
I pay the bill.
So, Tasha, you're saying that your sister doesn't have that money, but Chris, you're saying you do have the money. You don't have to go to Robbie for money. This is what you're saying. You would not take money off her. That's what you're saying. I want you to watch yourself on this screen. Now, last night we had a hidden camera in your green room while you were in our offices. Now, apparently you wanted Robbie to hand over the money we gave her for food. Check this out.
Give me the money,
Can you get off of me?
Give me the
But y'all got no money on me, bro. They gave it to me. Can you get off of me? Can you please get off? Please.
Get your hands off of me. I'll smack your ass. Get your ass right here, bro. Right out, bro. Get your ass right here.
That made no sense. Chris, have a look at that freeze frame. How do you feel when you see that?
I feel that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to go down.
We will be right back.
Coming up, a brave survivor of brutal abuse shares her story.
Shot my mother in the stomach first, took me into the living room and shot me in the face at point blank range.
And tries to save others from the fate she suffered.
Sweetheart, you better get out of there. You get out of there as fast as your feet can take you.
Time to voice your vote.
You can't see your mom, you can't talk on the phone, you can't do nothing.
Hold on.
Do you think these women will leave their abusive men? Call in now and voice your vote.
Call 1-855-2-TRISHA. Let us know whose side you're on.
And while you're on the phone, you will also receive some valuable offers.
That's 1-855-2-TRISHA. What's your vote?
Promotional consideration provided by...
Real drama, real excitement, the real deal in talk. For free tickets to The Trisha Show, call 203-9056-555 or go to thetrishashow.com.
Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha.
Welcome back. Today we've been talking to men who admit, who actually rejoice in the fact that they control or manipulate or, in Chris's case, hurt the women who love them. Now, we just showed some footage of Chris threatening. That's the right word? Threatening?
No, this is everyday life.
Everyday life. Part of his everyday life is to threaten Robbie for some money. Robbie, that really upset you. And I noticed at one stage, Chris said, "Get over here." And kind of like my dog in the park, you moved there. You're scared. That didn't bother you?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. You know.
When you saw that piece of footage, I
pissed me off, man. I'm gonna tell you, if you really had a brain on your kingdom, you wouldn't have to do that, man. You'd be able to do this mentally. You wouldn't even have to put your hands on your grip. I'm doing what I was on.
That's your job.
I mean, it's their responsibility.
Stay out my business. You handle yours. I handle mine.
I ain't no chick, homeboy.
I ain't no chick.
Okay, we know you both got something in your diapers, but warn you at home, because in a moment we are going to show you pictures of a graphic nature. But first, this is a photo of our next guest, Carolyn. This is when she was 33 years old. She was in a relationship with a man who was verbally abusive. Then it turned physical. Then one day he took a gun and shot her at point blank in her face. Now she lived, she is here, and she wants to talk to all of you. Carolyn, come on. Come stand by me. Come. I'm going to let you stay there. Okay. Carolyn, what do you want to say to our guests?
Well, back in 2003, my boyfriend had recently got out of prison. My intentions were not to get back with him. My intentions were just to be cordial with him, because over the course of those 8 years of us being together, he would always tell me, if you leave me, I will kill you.
But he was verbally abusive first?
Yes, in the beginning, he was verbally abusive, very controlling of how I dress.
So what you've heard from, let's say, Robbie, that rings a bell, and even what you've heard from Chrissy, that kind of rings a bell.
Yes, it does.
So then it escalated to violence, like Chris has been talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It escalated to violence. It escalated to him punching me in the eye, busting my lip. And that one night, he went and got the gun and shot my mother in the stomach first. Took me into the living room and shot me in the face at point blank range. Unfortunately, my mom died, and I did live to be able to tell the story and try to save as many lives as I can.
Although people are looking at these as two identical relationships, they're not. So what do you have to say to Robbie?
Robbie, sweetheart, you better get out of there. You get out of there. You get out of there as fast as your feet can take you. You are a cruel, evil, I'm not even gonna call you a man, I'm gonna call you a boy.
What would your message to Chrissy down there?
I think, Chrissy, I think you guys' relationship is totally different from Robbie and them down here. I think that you guys could possibly go through some counseling and possibly get some help. But
are you saying you're more scared for Robbie and Chris?
Yes, I'm definitely scared for them.
There will be other women watching watching in a similar situation, and Carolyn Thomas is the founder of Voice for All, the Carolyn Thomas Foundation. Now, for more information, if you're watching this and you feel you need some more information, go to www.carolyn-thomas.org. Thank you so much for being here.
Will a hard look at his daughter's future make Chris change his ways?
Have a look at this. Time to voice your vote.
You can't see your mom, you can't talk to your phone, you can't do nothing.
Hold on.
Do you think these women will leave their abusive men? Call in now and voice your vote.
Call 1-855-2-TRISHA. Let us know whose side you're on. And while you're on the phone, you will also receive some valuable offers. That's 1-855-2-TRISHA. What's your vote?
Promotional consideration provided by abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha.
A few quick questions and then I'd like to do some work with Chris. Now I've just written down, so excuse me if I read this out. This is to John and Chris, and I'm expecting different answers from both of you. You're in different positions. Chris, where did you learn how husbands and fathers need to act to create the happiest home environment?
When I was growing up, I never had no dad, so I never knew how to have a happy home. I just knew how to have rules.
I asked her earlier, I asked Robbie on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really low mood, 10 being really happy, where she was in her life. She said 2.
She said 2?
She said 2.
You were a 2 last night, so why is it 2 now?
You know what? If your life depends on it, you can fake anything. You wouldn't be happier in a more balanced relationship?
I want to know, because I don't want things to be different. I want to keep it how it is.
Can I ask you, then listen to my final question, JB. How do you know things couldn't be happier if you were more balanced? What if they were better?
If they were better, I mean, then cool.
Would you be prepared to do anything to be able to relax, to be able to be content, to make your partner happier, your children happier, you happier, and things different, not completely different? Would you be willing to do that?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I want to do some work with Chris. So Chris, if you would be willing to come backstage with me, yeah, we're going to take a break. There's something I want to show Chris backstage, but we will be back in a moment. Next, we know through evidence that little girls who come from homes where there is some violence done against the woman tend to get into similar relationships.
Can a brutal look at his daughter's future lead Chris to a better way?
Have a look at this.
Are you a man who feels it's your right to control your wife or girlfriend? If so, call the Trisha Show at 1-855-4-TRISHA. That's 1-855-487-4742. On the next Trisha, these teen moms are nightmare parents.
Do you feel like you're out of control?
No, I think I'm a teenager. I've tried meth and I've tried cocaine.
Are you pregnant?
I think I might be.
And their families are desperate for help.
Ain't trying to go up.
Why? When you wake up in the morning, your problems done doubled.
Are they really part of the problem?
I've been beat, abused.
We find out the truth.
I want to hear your story.
Well, nobody knows me. Nobody's ever going to know me.
On the next Trisha.
Stop yelling at the TV screen and come speak your mind in person. For free tickets to the Trisha Show in Stamford, Connecticut, call 203-9056-555 or go to thetrisha.show.com.
Abusive, controlling men and the women who've had enough. It happens today on Trisha.
What I wanted to do is to do an exercise with you. Now, first of all, I wanted to have a look at this. That's your little girl?
Yeah, that's easy.
Don't you love it when kids laugh? You know, that cute little laugh. Doesn't that make you feel kind of warm?
Yeah, I love when she laughs.
You know that technology where you can age someone, so to look at what she looks like when she's grown up? Because I always want to look into the future. So we've had a picture of what we think she's going to look like. She's going to be a beautiful young girl, so I hope this picture does her justice. Can we see the next picture? Oh. She looks a little bit sad there. Maybe she's on a bad day. Okay, now, we know through evidence that children who come, especially little girls, who come from homes where there is some violence done against the woman, they tend to get into similar relationships themselves, okay? So you need to be prepared for that. Because if you want rules and your way of life to continue, you need to be prepared for this.
I didn't want to get that far with her.
The thing is, she's learning. Now, I got into a relationship where I loved the guy, and he beat me, and I thought that was okay. Until somebody spoke to me like I'm speaking to you. It was my mom. Your grandmother? Were you close to her?
Yeah, I was real close to my grandma.
And your sister?
Yeah, and my sister was real close.
How do you think she would feel about the way you're being?
She wouldn't approve of it.
And your sister?
My sister, she wouldn't approve of it either because my sister died like that. Her boyfriend shot her in the head with a gun. So I know she wouldn't approve of it. Just like Carolyn.
You got a child?
Yeah, for my daughter.
Do you swear on that little girl's face? Do you swear you will change things?
Yeah, I swear I'll change things.
If they're looking down right now, what are you going to say to them?
I've been acting up and I apologize and I love y'all.
You have a heart. You have tears. You have a soul. You feel what I'm holding your hand the way I do. So every time you feel you're getting out of control, you squeeze hard. Look at that picture. You out of control equals that.
I'm ready to change. For my daughter. I apologize for all the things I put you through and everything I did in the last 4 years. And I just want to make a change and tell you that I love you.
I'm going to stay in touch with you. I want you back on the show. I don't care how long it takes. I want you in our audience, and I want you giving advice to future guests who trod the same path as you. Will you do that for me?
Yes, I'll do
that. Is that a deal?
Yes,
it's a deal. To speak your mind to one of today's guests face to face, who would it be? Would it be Logan? Eric Floyd? Oh, what about King JB? Okay, you can voice your vote at 1-8552-TRISHA. We'll be right back.